you can make the decision to change today or be a bitch forever.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dustin.
I'm Mitch.
This is the Fatman Podcast.
Okay, I'm just a dude that we've served together for the first part of my adult life. For the first when did you get out? 2013. Yeah. So for 6 years we served together. And throughout my life, I've always struggled with my weight. At my biggest, I was 235 pounds, and over the course of the past year and a half, I've lost over 55 pounds. And this is just our whole point with this is to try to share our story and hopefully be able to help those that have been in the same places that we've been before and make a little bit of a change, and make a little bit of difference. So how about you introduce yourself?
Again, served with you, but my heaviest, unfortunately, isn't as drastic of a change as yours, because I'm still on the heavier side, because him and I have different aspects of exercise. He is looking to slim down, and I'm looking to bulk, get bigger, but in the realm of muscle, not fat. So my heaviest ever was 290. I'm currently sitting at 270, but in the process of the cut in the very beginning, I lost, 45, almost 50 pounds. A lot of that was due to the carnivore diet, which I'm not a fitness instructor by any means or a dietitian, but the carnivore diet definitely helped me. If anybody were to ask me, do I recommend it? I would say consult a doctor first, of course, but yes, I recommend the carnivore diet. It helped me lose about 48 pounds in total in the course of 4 months, was it, that I was doing that? Yeah, so it definitely helped out. My energy levels were through the roof. It felt great, but throughout the journey, it's been ups and downs in my weight. It's fluctuated, but that's because like I said, I'm in the realm of gaining muscle, getting bigger, hence bulking season. But I'm currently sitting about 270, 275, somewhere there. I haven't weighed myself in a while, so I'm not really sure where I am, but looking to get around 290-ish on muscle weight, but slim down. So that's a tall task, because I want to be about, I'd say, no more than 15, 16% body fat, which is a tall freaking order. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a couple of years to get there, but especially with the adding muscle.
But the thing is like, so I know you had mentioned that your weight loss may not have looked like mine, but you're strong as fuck, and I know you're bashful about that. But every time we go to the gym, everybody's like, he's a big son of a bitch. I mean, let's face it. You're strong as shit. And so, I've noticed in the past year of us going to the gym together, I've noticed a huge difference. I mean, you can look at the pictures from when we took the pictures from the day one till now. I mean, it's a drastic difference just in your face and your chest and your shoulders. I mean, so like I think that's a big thing, is a lot of people, they compare themselves to others, but weight loss and fitness, like, it looks different for everybody. And so,
I tell people all the time, it's, I heard a thing, again, cliches suck. I fucking hate cliches, but this phrase caught me, and it rings true all the time. I heard somebody say that comparison is a thief of joy. And what that means is, if you compare yourself to someone else all the time, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're always comparing yourself to somebody else, any amount of progress you make, you're not going to be happy with, because you're always comparing yourself to that other person. So I've always said, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Always strive to be better every day than you were the day before.
Kind of like Matthew McConaughey, your hero is. So what was the breaking point that really motivated you to start going and getting back into the gym?
To start going, or to get back into it?
To start going to the gym. Like, specifically this in the past year. Why
in the past year?
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like I said before, I've been in and out of the gym for like 4 years off and on, just never really stuck to it. I enjoyed going, and within the past year, my motivation to go was just realizing that I've made progress over the 4 years off and on, just fiddle farting around, fiddle fucking at the gym. And I thought, if I just knuckle down and do it for real, my diet's not 100%, but I thought if I just knuckle down and do this for real, show up every day, kick my own ass every time I'm there for an entire year, what kind of progress can I make? Because I was, my lowest point weight-wise in the past, I'd say probably 10 years was, I actually have a picture of it. It was 232 was the smallest I ever got. That was due to a lot of fasting. I did a lot of, and when I say fasting, I mean, I did some intermittent fasting, but I also did a lot of lengthy fasting. It's a hard word to say for some reason. Lengthy. There we go. So I did a 3-week fast, water fast only, no food, nothing. It was horrible in the beginning. The first 3 days sucked. But after those first 3 days, I found myself not hungry anymore. So on the topic of what you were saying, you've tried every diet in the world, I have too. And that was one of them.
Was that the worst one you ever did? Because this sounds terrible.
No, well, yes and no. In the realm of the worst diets, like to start, I'd say carnivore. Because when you start carnivore and you're just
your shit like a motherfucker.
You know just as well as I do. For the first 2 weeks, you just shit your brains out. Diarrhea, uncontrollable, and it sucked. But in the realm of the worst diets overall, I'd say the water fast probably, yeah. Because I did it for 3 weeks, and I could have gone longer. I was drinking well over a gallon of water a day. I could have gone longer, but I was getting bored with it. I wasn't craving food, I was losing a fuck ton of weight, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I went from, at that point, I think when I started that fast, I was 260. So I lost almost 30 pounds in 3 weeks, which is horribly bad for you.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not healthy. Not healthy at all.
I think they say
ruins your
like
metabolism.
1 or 2 pounds a week.
Yeah,
Like
one pound a week roughly is ideal.
Healthy.
Yeah. 30 pounds almost. I'd say 28 pounds in 3 weeks. Not healthy, not sustainable. But I started doing it not to lose weight. I kind of did it as a detox because I was wanting to find a good diet to start, but I was like, I need to detox my body. I just need to get all the crap I've been eating out of it and just flush it out and be done. So I thought, I'll just do a water fast for like a week. I won't eat food. I'll just drink a crap ton of water, flush my system out. And after that first week, I thought, I feel kind of good. Let's keep this going and see how it feels. And I did it for 3 weeks, like I said. And then it got to the point to where I was bored with it, and I was like, fuck it. So I just broke my fast with a couple of eggs and I think it was like 2 eggs and a celery stick is what I had for dinner one day to break my fast. But
you probably had to like wean yourself back onto food.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, definitely. They tell you that if you do extended fasts like that don't just consume a bunch of food because
you'll make yourself sick.
You put your body into shock. Yeah, because it's not used to that. You'll get all backed up.
Kind of like a starving dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it will indulge itself and just make itself sick.
Yeah, man. That's what I wanted to do. When I first tasted those eggs, I was like, oh god, so good. But yeah.
So I'm guessing you wouldn't recommend it?
No, I don't.
We do not recommend the water fast.
I definitely recommend intermittent fasting. So like I kind of do that now sometimes, just off and on. It's not a thing I do long term, but some days I'll fast for 18 hours, and then I'll have one meal that's just ungodly high on calories, and I'll have that eating window, and then the next day I'll go back on it and have a 16-hour fast, and then have my eating window. But I don't do it every day because like today, I still have my vices with my nutrition. My nutrition's not 100% at all. my going to the gym, I feel like it's 100%. Well, I'm not there 100%, but I feel like my effort when I'm there, because like we said, we missed a few days last week, but
overall, in the past year,
yeah.
we missed what, maybe?
Oh, dude, we've killed it.
Like, we missed 1 week in February, or no, in April, and we've maybe missed in a total 5 days in the past year outside of that.
Yep.
So, I mean,
So we've killed it.
yeah.
We've done good.
And we only missed that because you got that hernia. And like you said, if you don't go, I know that I'm not going to go.
Yeah. The hernia sucked. It's not a long story. It's just an umbilical hernia. Funny enough, not even lifting weight.
He was
bending
spotting
over to spot Mitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't recommend that. But like I said, like I was saying, my nutrition's not 100%. I still have my vices. Like for lunch today, I meal prep every week, and I meal prep good foods. But sometimes I get up in the morning and just space it like an idiot and forget my food, and then I'm out at work and I'm hungry. So
What's easy?
Yeah, what's easy? I went through that stint for a while when I was doing the carnivore diet, where I was stuck to it and I was doing good. I'd go to Kroger and I'd buy like a whole chicken.
When we shot that movie,
Yeah, I had that rotisserie.
Lovin's pizza.
You motherfuckers were eating pizza in front of me and cookies and drinking pop, but I'm over here with a fucking rotisserie chicken and a bottle of water.
So we shot a movie called Drowning Echoes, and one of our sponsors is Lovin's Pizza here in Brazil, Indiana, and they provided all the pizza for our whole entire cast and crew, and it was so good. Which I can't handle. My body doesn't handle pizza, but I didn't care. I still ate it. But I felt so bad because we're all indulging on this, and here he is just eating his rotisserie chicken, like barely making eye contact with us. And I know the whole entire time he's like, "Motherfucker, son of a bitch."
I ate that meal a lot.
Oh, I bet.
I mean,
Of all things, rotisserie chicken is delicious.
it is.
Like,
It's not really great for you, but it's healthy. Like a baked chicken breast is probably the best, but rotisserie chicken is not real great for you, but it's better than pizza. So I mean,
you like broiled chicken?
broiled?
Have you ever had broiled
I
chicken?
don't know.
So good. It just falls off of it. Well, it depends on who makes it. Like my ex-wife, not so good. But
You can say that now because she's your ex.
yeah, well, I was open to say that back then too.
Okay.
Maybe that's why she's my ex. But no, yeah, I'm not a huge chicken fan.
Oh, that's all I ever eat,
it's, Like it's
Right
'cause
now, my meal preps are beef. Well, it's a mixture. I have beef, eggs, and rice with a little bit of vegetables in it, as like green peppers and stuff cut up. But for the past, I'd say, 8 months, every meal prep I've made has been chicken. Yes, I love chicken.
See, I will say that like what has helped me overall, like I said, for me, it's what's sustainable, and I do the 80-20 rule. Like for the most part, like 80% of the time, I eat what I'm supposed to, and then particularly on the weekends, whenever I have my kids, it's just easier I just eat whatever on the weekends, and so that seemed to help me a lot. I really try to watch what I eat, and I mean I've been able to maintain my weight for the majority of this time, but now I'm really trying to cut because I have a leadership school for the Army, and I'm just trying to cut, get down where I need to be, which I'm where I need to be. It's just
Fine tuning.
I want to be sure.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I've always struggled with my weight, and nothing would piss me off more than getting to Mississippi, especially with the new regulations that the Army have on their body composition.
So not to cut you off or get you off track, but you say you always struggled with your weight. Let's dive into that a little bit. What was your breaking point?
My breaking point was whenever I was gone with the Army. I was 235. A buddy of mine, he was just a couple years older than me, about the same stature, about the same weight, and he had a heart attack and he passed away. And his was because of genetic reasons, but it still stuck in my head because you think heart attacks are for old people, and I was only 33 at the time, and I'm 35 now. But it really got in my head, and whenever I was gone with the military, I was just I was guiding a vehicle in, maybe walking 100, 150 meters, just guiding this vehicle in, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. I was gasping for air. My chest was tight, and my heart rate was up. My blood pressure was up. They ended up rushing me to the hospital because they thought I was having a heart attack. I thought I was having a heart attack, and the more that they thought it, the more it freaked me out too.
Right.
And so I get to the hospital, and after being there for 6 or so hours, they filled me up with liquids and fluids, and they were like, "Okay, so you're not having a heart attack.
You're just fat.
You're really dehydrated. You had a panic attack. And to be frank, you're fat. You need to lose weight." And so I was like, okay. I need to do
That hurts,
something.
but thank you.
Yeah. And so like that's what started. That's really was the moment that started my weight loss journey. And I wasn't in the gym. It was just, okay, I need to fine tune what I'm eating, because I was eating everything and anything in sight back then, and eating out almost every single meal, like fast food after fast food, and lots of pizza, because pizza is my weakness. Even though
I think that's everybody's weakness.
I can't eat pizza anymore, and it hurts. You know that.
Just saying, if you don't like pizza, we don't like you.
What really sucks is I can't have pizza anymore because my body doesn't handle tomato sauce, and it pisses me off. And every once in a while I lie to myself and I'll eat pizza, and I always regret it. But
spend the next day on the crabber.
More too. I mean, one time I was down for like 3 days because of it. It was terrible. But
I think I'd die a happy man because I would just indulge.
Oh man, it's
on
tough.
the pizza. I love it.
So pizza isn't a large part of my diet anymore, but I still eat it though sometimes. So I'm gonna be honest. But no, I really, the 80-20 rule was what really has changed things for me more than anything. And like I said, now I'm trying to cut and make sure that I'm good for the military, for this leadership school. And but yeah, overall I feel a million times better. I was really happy because a big part is because I'm still a soldier, and whenever I got that fat, like, it's embarrassing. I don't care what anybody says. It's embarrassing, and you feel ashamed because you're supposed to be, you know, at the tip-top shape and ready to protect your country and be.
Well, and if you're in a leadership role, you have to lead by example.
Set an example
Right.
for your Joes, and you know, I was setting a very poor example because it was really Sergeant Lunsford. He's fat, so I could be fat. You know, not that maybe they didn't directly think that, but you know, it was just, I knew I needed to do something, and now, like, I'm really proud of how far both of us have came. You know, we've been in the gym 4 days a week. We just celebrated our year in August 31st. We celebrated our year in the gym, and I'm so very proud of what we've accomplished. And I took another PT test with the military, and for me, for my personal accomplishments, I did really well on the PT test. And so that was just something that, especially looking back a year and a half where I was, and I didn't have a chance in hell of passing it back then. And so this past weekend, whenever I took it, I was happier than a possum eating shit after I got done. You know, I was really proud of what I've done. And
Well, for what it's worth, I'm proud of you. I mean, you've made huge strides.
I really appreciate that.
Since the day, and not to shame you at all, because everybody starts somewhere, but from the day you walked into that gym with me for the first time, you know, bench pressing, what was it? What was your max bench at the time?
I did 25s on each side. That was it. And I did like 2 of them. And now I'm up to 225. So
you're doing like 140 pounds, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So,
but my math's way off. Anyway, 45 plus 25 plus 25. Yeah, my math's way off. Uh, it's that bro science. But not like I said, not to shame you, but from the first day you walked in there, pressing little weight, overweight, out of shape, like you always say, get winded playing chess. Fast forward to now, a year later, you're in there benching 2 plates, pushing 225.
There's a couple of things that I can almost keep up with you on. Not very many things, but
You got me on calf raises. I'll give you that.
oh yeah.
Maybe not the weight, but on the reps, you've definitely got me on calf raises.
Well,
your endurance for calf raises is a lot higher than
What
mine.
really pisses me off is you're like, I'm gonna start off light, and I look at it and I'm like one time I looked at your bench and you were doing 315, and at the time I was like, that's my max for deads. And like I'll see you throwing up the 120s on a dumbbell bench press, and I'm like, you'll be like, hey, can you hand me that? And I have to lift it with 2 hands, but I'll get there. I'll get there.
You will.
But no, I'm really proud.
Like I said, you've made huge strides from the day you walked into that gym up until now. A year later, you've made huge strides. I mean, you've not only physically, but in your strength. I mean, a lot of the areas, like when we first started doing dumbbell bench press, you were pushing, what, 30s, 35, something like that?
No,
what you started with?
If
It may have been 20s, I don't know.
Yeah, I think
But
that it was
now
20s.
you're working your way up to 75s and 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting there, man. I'm
my
proud
max,
of you. You're
my
kicking
max
ass.
on that was 90s.
Yeah.
I did 90s. I left my asshole on the bench there, but over the past year, I'm really proud of what you've done too. I mean, I've seen all kind of. I mean, you've gotten just so strong, and it's very, like, I'm very impressed by you, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me, and I appreciate you've been there for me, and I know that I'm there for you too, and
Gym bros for life.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is, we have our rough days, but at the end of the day, the number one rule is
Don't be a bitch.
don't be a bitch. But so in closing, what is one thing? This episode was kind of about like just how we got started and
Right.
and the decision to make a change. What is one piece of advice that you would give to somebody that was watching this that is where we were, where they know that it's time to make a change, but they don't even know how to start?
I mean, the biggest piece of advice I think I could give anybody who wants to make a change is don't wait for the perfect moment. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are like, okay, well, once all this stuff happens, because they got a lot of shit going on in life, a lot of people have busy lives,
Yeah.
including myself. But a lot of people will make the excuses of, okay, once I get all this stuff done, or once all this stuff slows down, or once I get this promotion and I can do this at work, I get this job, then I'll start going to the gym. If you always have those expectations of your life, you're never going to start, because there's always going to be an excuse to not go. So I guess the biggest thing I can tell you is, if you're wanting to make the change, just fucking do it, man. There's no perfect day or perfect time to start making a change in your life. The best time to do it is right the fuck now.
What is it that we always say? 90% of the battle is just showing up.
Showing up, man.
Because like at the end of the day,
Once you get there, I mean, getting off your ass to get to the gym was the hardest part. Then you're like, fuck, I'm here, might as well do something.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter if you do 5 minutes of cardio and 5 minutes of lifting weights. That's more than you would have done if you sat your ass on the couch at home.
and at the end of the day, you are the company you keep too.
Yeah.
So like, I think that it's better if you were to sit on a bench at the gym for an hour than sitting at home on your couch for an hour, because at home you're just, the most exercise you're going to get is between the couch and the cabinets to get the potato chips and on your way back. At the
6
gym,
ounce curls don't count either, by the way.
but at the gym, even if you go there and say, today I'm just going to walk around the track, just a brisk walk, whatever, something easy. Well, you might do that for a week, but next week, you're like, what, maybe I'm going to go on the elliptical, or I'm going to go and do some light dumbbell exercises or whatever. It's all about making those steps towards progress, and those little steps count. Those little steps they turn into big leaps.
Yeah.
And so
Well, and it's like the little example I gave you about the toilet paper roll. If you take a toilet paper roll and you tear one square off of it, do you see a difference in the roll? No. If you tear 2 squares off of it, do you see a difference? No. But after about 30 or 40 of those tears, you're going to start to see it shrink. You're going to see a difference. And the same holds true with your body. If you go to the gym for one day, you're not going to see a difference. You know, if you go to the gym for 2 weeks, you might feel a little better, but you're not going to see a difference. It's not until about 30 to 60 days of consistently going every day that you're going to notice a difference.
well, you want to so on that, just to further prove your point, it's been a year since we've been in the gym, and throughout that year, I've had a couple people that they've noticed like small little changes, but just on the past month, I've had a handful of people, specifically at drill, that's came up to me and like, hey man, you're looking good. I'm seeing the changes. I'm noticing that you're working out and you're making a difference. And I mean that's really motivating and stuff. Like
Makes you feel good, yeah.
but it takes time. Like it didn't. The weight didn't come on overnight, and it's not going to fall off overnight either. And so,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just about making those first steps and get started.
And you don't even necessarily have to go to a gym. Like, some people can't afford a gym membership, but that's fine. I get it.
just
Times
doing
are hard.
something.
Finances suck, dude.
I'm not one.
Not
that-
everybody can afford between $30 and $60 a month to go to the gym, and I get that.
Yeah.
But just because you can't go to the gym doesn't mean you can't start. You know what I mean? You can start by getting off your ass and walking laps around your house.
And on that, if you're a military member, there's so many gyms out there that they offer military discounts. If you're a first responder, they offer first responder discounts. Or if you're a doctor,
Well,
or
if you're a
nurse,
military member, you don't have an excuse because your unit will have a gym.
well, even if you're if
I mean,
or
let's face
but
it.
if you're a veteran, there's military discounts out there.
Oh, yeah.
Out there for you. There's all kinds of resources out there that you're eligible for, and so it's just finding what works and working it around what you have. I mean, yeah,
Any kind of movement other than back and forth to the fridge is beneficial.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Get off the couch, get on your knees if you're a beginner, and do some push-ups on your knees. 5 push-ups.
I'm glad you said push-ups, but
Took me a minute. Yeah. But if you're a beginner, get on your knees and do like 5 push-ups. If you can't do 5, because when I was in basic training, there was a guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but he could not do one single push-up. He wasn't fat. He wasn't like obese or anything. He was actually really skinny. He was just weak. And it was the drill sergeant's objective to have him do 5 by graduation. He had to sign a waiver to graduate because he couldn't pass PT test on push-ups. His run and sit-ups were excellent, but he could not do push-ups. So in that photo, right there, the guy doing the push-up in the front is the guy that could not do push-ups. He was forced to sit in that position for 5 minutes while we took that photo to prove that he could do it for graduation. And by graduation day, he did 5 push-ups. And it was because not only was he forced to do it, but the determination. You know what I mean? Everybody starts somewhere. Just if you can't do 1 push-up, keep working, keep trying. Eventually you're going to get there. Eventually you're going to get 1.
well, kind
And
of
then
like
once
with
you get
pull-ups.
1, keep trying harder. Then eventually you'll get 2. It may take you for fucking ever to get it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You may not be able to do 1 push-up, and you may try for 6 months. Eventually you're going to get it. You only fail when you stop trying.
Well, it was kind of like me with pull-ups. I couldn't do 1. I've never had done 1.
Yeah.
And I did every day we went to the gym. I was like, I'm going to try 1. I'm going to try. And
Yeah.
I would do negatives, and I would just, and now I can do 7 or 8
Yep.
pull-ups. And are they pretty? No, they're not pretty, but
But you're still doing them.
I'm making progress and stuff.
It's more than what you were doing.
And but it just made whittling it away a little bit at a time. But no, I think that this was our first podcast episode.
Yep.
Like I said, this was just a little bit about who we are and we plan on diving more into this, and so I hope that you guys got some kind of value out of this. At the end of the day, our whole entire goal is to try to help and inspire and hopefully provide some good information and good resources. And if you have a weight loss journey, we'd love to hear about it too. So
Yeah,
please
we want to appeal to the people who were in our shoes before, or are currently in the shoes that we were in, that are overweight or just out of shape. You don't even have to be overweight, just out of shape, and you want to do something about it, but you don't know where to start. So we're not professionals.
No, we're
not fitness instructors. We're not nutritionists. But
we're just a couple guys that want to make a difference.
We're just a couple dudes that were fat and hated it. We're sick of it. Then we decided to make a change. Are we where we want to be? No, not by any means. I'm nowhere near where I want to be
we're
physically.
Still on our journey.
Yeah, we're still on our journey. We're still pushing forward every day, trying to make it better. But that's...
Go ahead. That one shut off.
Okay. That's the key to it, though. Start. And that's what we're here to show. You don't have to be a fitness influencer on social media, on YouTube or anything like that to make a difference. We're just a couple of guys, middle-aged dudes from Brazil, Indiana. And we decided to make a change in our own lives for the better, not just for ourselves, but for our families. I'm married. I got a wife and kids. And I want to be there for them. And I want my life to be healthier and better for their benefit. So that was my driving force. His is the military. Everybody's got something, whether it's just for, even if you're single by yourself, make yourself a priority. Do something about it. If we can do it, anybody can. That's the key. We're just out to show people that you don't have to be anybody special or perfect or have a lot of money. We're just a couple of Joes that just, we're on this journey. We're making it happen. It's not pretty. It's not perfect, but it's still there.
So my challenge to you guys at home is just go out and do something today. Whether that's a walk or whether that's signing up for the gym or whatever it looks like, just do something, make that first step. And you'd be very surprised on how powerful just getting started really can be. And it can make all the difference in the world. But thank you guys for watching and tuning into this podcast. And if you please like and subscribe, follow us on, we're going to be on every single streaming platform. So, and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. Social media, we're going to be there.
Yep.
We'll take it over.
So I'm Mitch.
I'm Dustin.
And this was the Fatman Podcast.
You got it.
Don't be a bitch.
Thanks for hanging out, and don't be a bitch.